The desert morning felt quiet. Too quiet. Heat shimmered over the sand like a bad memory. The air smelled of oil, dust, and burnt metal. The Marines stood loose and relaxed. Helmets off. Jokes flowing. Then she walked into the range. A woman. Slim frame. Calm eyes. She carried a rifle painted bright orange. Not camouflage. Not tactical. Orange like a warning sign. A Marine snorted. Another laughed. What is this, a toy? Did Halloween come early? She heard them. Every word. Her grip tightened. The rifle felt warm against her palm. Familiar. Trusted. Her name was Evelyn Carter. No rank on her chest. No medals. Just a past no one here knew. The range officer raised an eyebrow. You sure you want to use that? She nodded once. Yes. The target stood far out. Steel silhouettes. Some hidden. Some moving. The wind shifted. She smelled sweat and dry earth. She felt her heartbeat slow. A Marine whispered, She won't hit a thing. Evelyn lifted the rifle. The orange paint glowed under the sun. Her cheek pressed into the stock. Cool? Steady. Her mind went somewhere else. A dark hallway. Screams. A door she never opened fast enough. Her finger rested on the trigger. The range fell silent. Even the laughter died. The first shot cracked the air. Not loud. Clean. Precise. Steel rang. One target dropped. Before anyone reacted, she fired again. And again. Each shot landed like judgment. No hesitation. No wasted movement. Targets fell in sequence. Hidden ones. Moving ones. The impossible angles. The Marine stopped breathing. Someone muttered, Holy hell! The rifle bucked gently, like it trusted her. Her eyes never blinked. Every threat went down. One by one. Alive no more. The final shot echoed longer than the rest. Silence slammed into the range. The Marines stared. Faces pale. Egos shattered. Evelyn lowered the rifle. Her hands were steady. Her chest was not. She swallowed. For a moment, she smelled smoke again. Not from the range. From another place. Another day. A Marine finally spoke. Who are you? She looked at them. Really looked. And for the first time, her calm cracked. Someone you shouldn't have laughed at. Far off, beyond the dunes, something moved. Evelyn's eyes snapped back to the horizon. Her fingers slid to the trigger. The wind carried a new sound. Low. Metallic. Not training targets. Not drills. Real movement. Evelyn felt it in her spine first. That old instinct. That quiet alarm that never lied. Down, she said. Her voice cut sharp. The Marines froze. What did you say? One asked. She was already kneeling. Orange rifle rising again. I said down. A distant crack answered her. Not from the range. Incoming. Sand exploded near the berm. A Marine cursed. Training turned real in one breath. Shouts collided. Boots scrambled. Safety lines meant nothing now. Evelyn's heart pounded. But her hand stayed calm. She scanned the ridgeline. Heat. Dust. Movement barely visible. Too coordinated. Too quiet. Not random. Someone yelled. Where the hell did that come from? Evelyn exhaled through her nose. They've been watching. Another shot snapped overhead. Close enough to feel. Fear hit the Marines late. Hard. This wasn't a joke anymore. Evelyn adjusted her stance. The rifle hummed against her shoulder. She remembered another desert. Another ambush. Another team that trusted the wrong silence. Her jaw tightened. Contact! High ground! She said. 3, maybe 4. A Marine stared at her. How do you know? She didn't look at him. I hear the gaps. The smell of gunpowder thickened. One silhouette shifted on the ridge. Just a breath too slow. Evelyn tracked it. Her finger took the slack out of the trigger. Behind her, someone whispered, "That orange rifle." Evelyn's eye locked in. The ridge went still. And somewhere far beyond it, something heavier began to move. The ground trembled. Soft at first, then certain. Evelyn felt it through her boots. A weight that didn't belong to wind or weather. Her breath slowed. Her pulse didn't. "Back," she said. "Now!" A Marine shook his head. "That's impossible. This is a secure." The sound cut him off. Engines. Distant. Low. Not friendly. Evelyn tasted metal in her mouth. Memory, not fear. She shifted her aim past the ridge. Past what everyone else could see. Something was coordinating this. Testing. Probing. A figure appeared again. Then vanished. Bait. Evelyn didn't shoot. The Marines noticed. That scared them more than the shots. "Why aren't you firing?" Someone whispered. "Because they want me to," she said. The wind changed direction. Carried a new smell. Fuel? Her stomach dropped. She keyed the radio without asking permission. "Range command, this is Carter. You are compromised." Static answered. Then silence. Too clean. A Marine cursed under his breath. Another crossed himself. Evelyn adjusted the orange rifle again. Her hands finally shook. Not from fear. From anger. "They followed me," she said quietly. No one laughed now. The engines grew louder. Closer. Evelyn's eyes stayed locked downrange. Her finger tightened. This next shot would change everything. The engines roared closer. No longer hiding. Dust rose beyond the ridge. A moving wall. Evelyn steadied her breathing. In through the nose. Out through clenched teeth. A Marine whispered. "Who followed you?" Her voice dropped. "Men who don't forgive mistakes." Another memory slammed in. A safe house burning. Orange flames. The same color as her rifle. She adjusted her scope. Saw antennas. Armor plating. Not scavengers. Not locals. Professionals. The Marines finally understood. Orders barked. Positions taken. Fear sharpened into focus. A Marine beside her asked, "Can you stop them?" Evelyn didn't answer right away. She watched a turret turn. Slow. Confident. Her finger hovered. "I can slow them," she said. A shell slammed into the berm. The shockwave punched the air from their lungs. Sand rained down. Someone screamed. Evelyn didn't flinch. She fired. The shot cut through the chaos. Precise. Metal screamed. The turret stalled. The vehicle kept coming. Evelyn lowered the rifle just enough to reload. Her hands were calm again. Behind her, a Marine said softly, "She's smiling." Evelyn chambered the next round. Her eyes burned. "This is where it always catches up," she thought. The engine surged. Closer than ever. She raised the orange rifle and took aim at something no one else could see. Her sight picture narrowed. The world reduced to angles and breadth. She saw it then. A heat ripple that didn't belong. A shadow inside the dust. The real threat. "Cover your ears," she said. No one asked why. A Marine shouted her name. Too late. Evelyn fired. The sound was wrong. Deeper. Heavier. The ridge erupted. Not an explosion. A collapse. Metal screamed as something massive lost balance. Engines howled in panic. The ground shook hard enough to drop men to their knees. Dust swallowed the horizon. Visibility gone. Someone coughed. Someone prayed. Evelyn stayed standing. She smelled burning rubber. Hot oil. Victory mixed with dread. Her radio crackled. One word slipped through the static. Carter! Her jaw clenched. That voice wasn't here. It wasn't alive. Her hands tightened on the orange rifle. From inside the dust cloud, another engine started. Closer. Much closer. Evelyn exhaled slowly. Adjusted her stance. Not this time, she whispered. The engine surged. Right through the dust. Too close for comfort. Too close for planning. The Marines scrambled. Shouts overlapped. Orders collided. Evelyn didn't move. She felt the vibration crawl up her bones. Felt the heat on her face. Headlights cut through the haze. White. Blinding. A Marine yelled. Fall back! Evelyn shook her head. No time. Her orange rifle felt heavier now. Like it knew. She dropped to one knee. Sand burned her skin. The smell hit her next. Explosives. Fresh. Her mind snapped to another moment. Another second too late. Another name she never said out loud. I won't miss again, she thought. The vehicle burst from the dust. Closer than anyone expected. She saw the driver's silhouette. Saw the hesitation. They recognized her. Her finger tightened. A Marine grabbed her shoulder. Evelyn, wait! The engine roared louder. Something inside the vehicle armed itself. Evelyn pulled the trigger. The rifle kicked hard. Harder than before. The shot punched through the windshield. Glass burst like ice. The engine screamed. Then stuttered. The vehicle swerved. Steel grinding. Momentum still alive. Evelyn rolled aside as it tore past her. Heat burned her cheek. It slammed into the berm. Earth exploded upward. For one breath. Everything went quiet. Then screaming. Not from the Marines. From the wreck. Evelyn rose slowly. Ears ringing. Heart hammering. Her rifle was empty. She smelled fuel. Too much fuel. A Marine shouted, It's going to blow! Evelyn didn't retreat. She walked toward the smoke. Toward the noise. Someone grabbed her arm. She shook them off. I need to see, she said. The flames licked higher. Orange. The same shade as her rifle. Inside the wreck, a shape moved. Alive. Evelyn froze. Her breath caught in her throat. Because she knew that silhouette. And she knew what it meant. If it stood up. The figure dragged itself from the smoke. Slow. Deliberate. Firelight revealed a scarred face. Eyes locked on hers. Recognition hit them both. You? He said. His voice rough. Still smiling. Evelyn's stomach twisted. Cold. Heavy. I buried you, she whispered. He laughed. Wet. Broken. You tried. The flames roared higher. Fuel dripping. Time running out. Marine shouted behind her. Weapons raised. Hands shaking. Permission to fire. Evelyn lifted her hand. Hold. Every instinct screamed. The man took another step forward. Blood soaking his clothes. Still standing. You left us, he said. You ran. Her chest burned. Guilt flared hot and sharp. I saved who I could. He smiled wider. You saved yourself. Something clicked at his hand. Small. Metal. Evelyn's eyes dropped. Not a weapon. A trigger. Her rifle lay empty. Useless at her feet. The Marines behind her froze. The flames crept closer to the fuel line. The man's thumb hovered. Evelyn stepped forward anyway. One breath from disaster. The heat wrapped around them. Thick. Suffocating. Evelyn felt sweat slide down her spine, felt the burn on her skin. "Don't," she said, her voice steady. Too steady. The man tilted his head, studied her. "Still giving orders," he said. Behind her, a Marine whispered her name. A warning. A plea. Evelyn didn't turn. "I didn't leave you," she said. "I was ordered out." His smile twitched. Almost human. "Orders don't scream," he said. "People do." The flames popped louder. Fuel hissed. The Marines tightened their grip. Sweat on triggers. Fear in every breath. Evelyn took another step forward. The heat burned her boots. "If you press that," she said, "everyone here dies." He glanced past her. At the Marines. At the chaos. Then back to her. "That's the point." The clicking device glinted in the firelight. Evelyn's heart slammed. Her mind raced. Angles. Distance. No rifle. No time. She reached into her vest. Slow. The man's eyes narrowed. "Careful," he warned. Evelyn's fingers closed around cold metal. Not a weapon. Something smaller. Something final. The fuel line groaned. The flames surged. And the ground beneath them began to crack. The crack widened. A low groan rolled under their feet. Evelyn felt the vibration climb her legs. Up her spine. The man glanced down. Just for a second. That was the opening. "Look at me," she said. Her voice cut through the fire. He did. She pulled the small object free. A battered dog tag. Blackened. Bent. His breath hitched. "You remember this," she said. The flames reflected in his eyes. Not anger now. Something worse. "I pulled it from the rubble," she went on. "From the men who didn't make it." Behind her. The Marines didn't understand. But they felt it. The man's thumb trembled on the trigger. "That wasn't supposed to happen," he said. "None of it was," Evelyn replied. The fire roared louder. The fuel hissed like a living thing. Somewhere beneath him. Metal screamed. The ground shifted again. Evelyn took one more step. So close she could smell him. Smoke. Blood. Ash. "If you end this," she said quietly, "you never get answers." His jaw tightened. The Marines held their breath. The flames surged higher. The trigger creaked. His thumb pressed halfway down. Stopped. The metal creaked. The smallest sound in the world. Evelyn's heart slammed against her ribs. So loud she thought he could hear it. "Say their names," she said. He blinked. Confused. Angry. "Say the names of the men you're about to kill again." The fire surged. Heat punched the air from their lungs. The Marines behind her shifted. One sobbed. Another whispered a prayer. The man's jaw clenched. A vein throbbed in his neck. "I remember them every night," he hissed. "Then don't make tonight worse," Evelyn said. The ground cracked again. Closer. Louder. Fuel spilled in a shining stream. Crawling toward the flames. Time shrank to seconds. The man's eyes flicked to the fire. Then back to her. For a heartbeat. He looked tired. So tired. His thumb moved. Evelyn lunged forward. At the same moment, someone behind her shouted her name. The world filled with heat. Light. Sound rushing in all at once. And then, nothing but fire rushing toward them. The blast never came. The fire stopped short. As if the world itself held its breath. Evelyn lay on the ground. Ears ringing. Lungs burning. Sand pressed into her cheek. Hot. Real. She opened her eyes. Smoke drifted upward in slow curls. The fuel line had ruptured away from the flames. Missed by inches. The man was gone. Not burned. Not dead. Gone. Only the trigger lay in the sand. Melted. Useless. Marines rushed in. Hands on her shoulders. Voices shaking. You're alive! You're alive! Evelyn sat up slowly. Her hands trembled now. Finally, she looked at the orange rifle lying nearby. Scratched. Blackened. Still intact. The sun dipped lower. The desert cooled. No one laughed anymore. The range officer removed his helmet. Respect in his eyes. Fear too. What are you? He asked quietly. Evelyn stood. Dust clinging to her clothes. Someone who finishes what others walk away from. She turned toward the horizon. Toward the fading smoke. Somewhere out there. Unfinished business still breathed. Evelyn lifted the orange rifle. And walked toward it.